What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So I wanted to start by talking about the Miami Dolphins. So what's interesting about the Miami Dolphins this year, on paper, when you look at the moves they made, they bring in Tyreek Hill via trade. Jalen Waddle heads into year 2. You got to believe that this Miami Dolphin team is could be poised for a big season, but this has the makings of a team that could have be the ultimate letdown. You see as much hype as they're getting late. Everyone's talking about how good this Dolphins team could be, and the letdown definitely could be apparent. Because if you look back at last year, 1-7 start, and they really started playing. Credit who said this, but they really started to play very loose and play with nothing to lose. Not to take anything away from the wins that they occurred after the 1-7 start, but it's a lot different. When you're playing with a chance of the playoffs compared to just playing loose. Now, obviously, Javon Holland, worked into that starting role. Emmanuel Ogbah was very good, just as he was in 2020. But the Dolphins, they did not, early on it was rough, and this defense should be very good this year. Emmanuel Ogbah has just been a stud, led them in sacks the last 2 seasons. Andrew Van Ginkel, Jerome Baker at the linebacker spot, Landon Roberts, some of the notable names. You hope that Jalen Phillips takes another step in year 2 of his development. But, the offensive line struggled a little bit. You'll hopefully get a little better play from Eichenberg and Austin Jackson. Move Austin Jackson to the guard position. They also brought in Teron Armstead this year. So Brent comes over from the Saints. Armstead's been a very good tackle in New Orleans. You hope he has a good season. And the Dolphins looked really good last night in preseason action versus the Eagles. You hope that the offense, moves the ball that consistently and has that type of flow. And Tyreek Hill, he's just simply put, he's a weapon. And 2 catches, 64 yards last night. Tua looked very sharp. The running back position, should be a little better. They add Raheem Mostert. They got Sony Michel. I'm not sure if he's going to make the team. Myles Gaskin was their main running back last year. Not sure if he's going to make the roster this year either. But the Dolphins team, you look at this team and, there's a lot, you immediately get excited, but you just hope that, the offense can click. They avoid turnovers. You hope that, Tua with an improved offensive line, this is a bad offensive line last year. You hope that Tua with an improved offensive line just, continues or plays a lot better, and they just don't, beat themselves with turnovers. Still have Xavier Howard. He's one of the best corners in football. I love how Howard just really sticks with wide receivers, and he's so good at making plays in the football. Baltimore game had that fumble recovery where he took it to the house, has some tremendous ability to make plays after on fumble recoveries and interceptions. And Howard's a stud. Javon Holland, I like Nick Needham, the slot nickel corner they have. So you really like all levels of the defense. It's just how does this team play? How well do they gel as a team? And Mike McDaniel's first year comes over, former offensive coordinator for the 49ers. So how well do things click and gel in year 1 of the Mike McDaniel system? And this is a team that the 2021 draft, they really killed it with Holland, Phillips, and some of the notables. They also selected Jalen Waddle. Noah Igbenogany's a guy they drafted in 2020. Not sure if he's going to make the roster. He's been, pretty disappointing at the cornerback position, but we'll see. We'll see what the Dolphins do. It's a tough schedule early on, and we'll find out a lot about this team early. And I think what's key is they're going to have to beat Buffalo. If they can beat Buffalo 1 out of the 2 times, they lost to Buffalo twice last year, but I think if they can beat them once, that's a big gauge of how good this football team is. Because Buffalo wasn't a good matchup for the Dolphins. Buffalo has an athletic defensive line specifically, and it was overwhelming for the Dolphins' offensive line. You see, is their offensive line improved enough to to escape with a win 1 out of 2 times against Buffalo. I think that's going to be key for them because a win in one of those 2 matchups is says a lot about this team because Buffalo arguably is the best roster. So if they can get a win in one of those 2 games, I think that'll be crucial for the Miami Dolphins. So we'll see. Obviously it's Tua. How does Tua do this year? Is the offensive line improve? Mike McDaniel's first year, and just how big of an impact and how much of a weapon Tyreek Hill will be in this Mike McDaniel's offense. So that's what I wanted to touch on with the Miami Dolphins there.